Welcome back guys, this is Shrikant. This is day 11 of our series Learn SQL with Shrikant. So in this one we are going to talk about select statement syntax. So what is the syntax? Select syntax is select, then list of the column name, then from, table name, where, then condition, then group by, then column which you want to group by, then having condition, then order by, list of column, then you need to specify the order ascending or descending, then the limit, right? This is the simple syntax. Let's understand. Select specifies the columns to be written. So column 1, column 2, column 3, these are the column which would be written. Then from specifies the table name or the table from which data to be retrieved. Perfect. Next is where specifies filters the records from the table. Next is group by, it groups the data based on the column provided. Having filters the data based on the group. Next is order by, it sort the data ascending descending based on the column provided. Then limit the number of record returned. If you are using a SQL server, you need to go with the top. Limit won't work there. Perfect. Next is distinct. Let's talk about the distinct. So what is distinct? Distinct keyword is used to return only the distinct values. It eliminate duplicate record from the result. Simple. If you have the requirement to see only the distinct values, then you need to go with a distinct. And where you will use this distinct? You will use this distinct in a select clause like this. This is the syntax: select, then from, table name, then list of column, and the keyword called as a distinct. And how we can use this in a live example. The example has been given: select distinct department from employee. So employees would be table, and from that table we have a column called as department, and we want to see the distinct department. Like this it will work. So you can see the data also here we have a 3 column: ID, name, department. From the employee table, John, Jane, John, and Jake. Then these are the 3 different departments: sales, HR, sales, IT. Perfect. Now I want to see the distinct department from this table. So how would I see that? Simply I would use a distinct keyword after select, before the column, then from employee I would get sales, HR, IT. This is how distinct will work. Then importance of distinct: to remove the duplicate from the result set, to obtain the unique value from the column, essential for the data accuracy and analysis. Then the same thing, distinct is used to fetch the unique value, helps in eliminating the duplicate record, and essential for precise data retrieval. Correct. Then the last thing we are going to talk about is stop and limit. For example, I want to see only the 2 record or 1 record or 3 record. So we just need to provide the number after the top keyword. In a SQL server, it will retrieve the top rows. And if you are working with the Oracle, Postgres, or MySQL, you need to go with a limit. The same thing, limit, then the number of rows you want to see. Perfect. Now let's jump to the demonstration, and I'll show you quick demo there. So this is the syntax which we have just discussed: select, then from, then where, group by, having, on all those things, right? So if you remember, we had a table called as a employee. Now my requirement is I want to see all the column from the table called as a employee. So how would I write a query? I would write a query like this, right? So I will get all the record. Now I want to filter. So next thing is basically how I can use a where clause. Here we need to use a where keyword, then the condition. So my requirement is where empid is greater than 1. This is my condition. So for simplicity I am putting it in a bracket and just running it. So what will happen? The employee ID greater than 1, that is a 2, 3, 4 will be written. Perfect. Next is group by. So I want to group by data based on these 3 columns, right? EMPID, salary, and bonus. So just write it down. EMPID, then salary. This is for demonstration, don't worry. Then we have called as a bonus. Correct. Now put this 3 column in a select clause and just run the query. This is how the group by will run. Group by will basically group the data, but we are not talking about aggregate function, so I won't make it more complicated. Don't worry, we'll talk about in the next chapter. Then having. So remember one thing, having will only filter the data based on a group by. So group data, I group the data based on EMP salary, and bonus, right? So what will I write? I'll write something condition like EMP ID greater than 1. So not greater than 1, I will say 2. So what will happen here? 3 and 4, right? Because the data has been grouped and we have data 2, 3, 4. but we are saying we don't want to see the data for the employee ID too, so then we just have applied the condition having, right? Then the next thing is basically order by. Here I want to order the data based on EMP ID, but I want to see it by descending order, so I would use a keyword called as a descending. If I have multiple column, then simply I can use that one, no issue. See, or you can, if you want to see by descending, use a descending, or descending means from largest to smallest. If you want to use ascending, smallest to largest, like that, right? Now if I remove conditions, then all the data will be seen here. So these are all optional. So group by is also optional, order by is also optional, but these things are not optional, so you need to use that. Hope you guys understood and enjoyed this video. Also, we also talk about distinct. So distinct is basically being used to get the distinct value. You guys already know, so I'm just showing you. For example, I have a salary here 2000 three times, two times, 3000 two times. So I want to see the distinct salary. So how I can get that? Just simply run it like that. You got a distinct, right? Perfect. Next thing is basically, if I want to see, let's say now I have how many rows? I basically have 4 rows here. Now I want to see only the 2 rows, then I need to go with the top keyword here. And for example, some people might also try this limit 2. So whenever you will be using SQL Server, the limit won't work. Instead of limit, you need to use a top. But if you'll go with a Oracle or Postgres or MySQL, then the limit will work. Hope you guys understood and enjoyed this video, and really thankful for watching this. Have a great day ahead.